The thriving pastor, the flourishing church, these are not separate entities, are they? They are inextricably connected. In order to have flourishing churches, we have to have thriving leaders. The well-being of the leader actually tends to unlock the flourishing of the church.
My biggest takeaway for today was remembering that the call of God is different to my role as a pastor. How I serve my church as a senior pastor comes from a healthy place of knowing who I am in Christ, ensure that I don't drown in my role, and making sure that I'm measuring my success to the right KPIs and not to the size of the church or the growth of the church.
If Jesus came and sat with you and your congregation, if he sat with you and your leadership, what would he say is success? What would warm his heart to see happening in this community? What are you specifically doing in your church to achieve those kingdom outcomes? We need to get our focus not just back on size, but on substance.
The biggest challenge was making sure that I'm measuring my outcomes with kingdom outcomes. The question he asked was if Jesus would sit around in my leadership table and ask the question, what would you see as a success? It's about discipleship, it's about just serving people, loving people. This environment would change the way you think and how you do ministry to look beyond some of the characteristics that we think look like success.
Whatever role you're in now, if it turned to custard, if you got fired, if that's even possible, your call in God goes nowhere, and who you are in Christ never alters. The problem is, what I find is there are so many who are trying to be worthy of a calling to which they haven't been called. And that's what's proving detrimental. What specifically has Jesus called you to achieve?
If I wasn't pastoring, that doesn't mean I'm not still serving his kingdom. So I think it's just being mindful not to define or confine us to that we're only serving God when we're pastoring.
I could be made redundant tomorrow and I'll go and drive a digger and I will still be me and just as effective for the kingdom because of what this has taught me. So yeah, I really encourage you to consider it. It has been very life-changing for me and for our people.
In the future, when we step out and the next pastors come in, what can my role be to make sure we have thriving pastors continue the call of our church?
So if I said, we can bring genuine change for you, but it means you're going to have to disappoint a number of people. Many will go, oh, I'd rather not. So, well, leadership is just deciding who you want to disappoint today. That's what true leadership is. Otherwise, they're leading you.
For anyone involved in ministry, this just is the book to absolutely get behind, to read, to have a thriving and flourishing ministry.
The Thriving Pastor, I highly recommend that book to all church leaders to help them anchor their identity in Christ, but also our course, the Thriving Pastors Program, and also leading into our partnerships, which is Thriving Churches HQ, partnering with churches around New Zealand, helping the church pastor, helping the church leaders, and helping the churches thrive.
My hope is that people will read the book, but they won't just read the information in the book, they'll actually digest the content and they'll see both themselves reflected in it and they'll also see a pathway forward. If I can start that process, if I could be a part of that conversation and we can see the change take place, I'd be a very happy man.